You want to come in? Just, yeah, first time being live, so let's see how this works. Camera's here. Am I live? Oh, ads?
Not even for the ads.
It's gonna be embarrassing if nobody shows up. Is it live?
Yeah, that's us.
It's us.
Oh, that's someone's watching live.
Sweet.
A little delay.
A little delayed.
Alright.
Hello, Eliza? You got someone in here?
Hey, Eliza. Alright.
Are you Eliza?
No. People can see me. It's more like.
So, hello, 34 people. Nice.
Wow.
I shouldn't put my phone here, right?
So we are live from Vietnam. I'm here with my girlfriend Evelyn.
Hi. Okay. I'm not.
And this is our hotel. Quite nice. Pretty traditional Vietnamese hotel, possibly. And this is my friend Derek.
Hey,
First time on the channel.
first time on the channel.
And I know Derek, we actually met in 2009 in Taichung. We just happened to be teaching at the same cram school together. So you were already living in Taichung.
Yeah. I have been living in Taiwan for about as long as you had. You were living in Chiayi for a year and then you moved to Taichung. I have been living in Taichung for a year. So we actually, even though we'd only met after a year, we already knew a lot of the same people.
Yeah.
Because of people that you came into Taiwan with that I was working with at the time.
At Hess.
That's, yeah.
And because you had been in Taichung for 1 year already, by the time I moved to Taichung, you kind of showed me the ropes.
Yeah, as well as for a 1 year in, you kind of got into the ropes. Yeah, I would take you around, show the mountains, go to dogs and some bars.
You knew a bunch of the good restaurants.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Some of them.
How's the audio? Can you guys hear?
Oh, echo.
Testing, testing. You're gonna have to read the comments to me. Love.
We had a person from Ho Chi Minh City
That's
checked
me,
in there.
guys.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ho Chi Minh City. Hi there. We're in Hanoi.
Yes, we are in Hanoi. And yeah, we should have mentioned that off the top. Northern Vietnam. And we just came here for 4 days or 4 or 5 days. And how long have you been living in Vietnam?
I have been living in Vietnam for about 5, going on 6 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Eliza, thank you for checking in. I moved. I originally lived in Taichung. I stayed there until around the time that you left. Also, I lived about the same year as them. Went home for a little bit. I then moved in Taiwan to Tainan, where I lived for 3 years, and then took another little break. And now I've been here in Hanoi, Vietnam, teaching for the past 5 years.
5 years. So in total, you've probably been in Asia for almost 10 years?
Oh gosh, no. Just in the time that I've lived in places, it would be more closer to 12 years.
Okay.
And then when you put in the time, the breaks that I took, I went back home, I went traveling and stuff, between that, closer to 15, 16 years.
That's right. Because you would have moved to Asia in 2008.
Yes.
Same as me. Wow. So one of the things I wanted to ask Derek, because he has experience living in Taiwan and also Vietnam for both extended periods of time. So I wanted to ask you, what would you say are the main differences between Taiwan and Vietnam as sort of an expat?
Oh wow. Before I get to the differences, I would actually have to point out just really how similar they are.
Okay.
It's like something that we had been talking about the other day. When you go from country to country, especially in Asia, you see a lot of the same features in all the different places that we go. So culturally, you see as you go around temples and things like that, food, while being very distinct in each region, is also quite similar in a lot of ways in all the countries together. So there's karaoke bars all around, you're driving motorbikes all over the place. It's incredibly beautiful, the people are very, very friendly.
Yeah.
Like all of these features I find both in Vietnam and in Taiwan in spades. Really wonderful experience living in both places.
Street food as well?
Yeah, it's a lot of street food. We can go right outside and see all of that here. Street food in both places. I would say if I had to compare the two, I prefer Taiwanese street food.
Okay.
Because I find that it's a bit more varied. They have a lot of very classic dishes in their street food, but it's also mixing a lot of foreign elements and different things. You'll go to the night market and you see over here tacos, you see over here some dumplings from different places and all this stuff. So just, I like the variedness of it. Also, I'm quite tall, so it's hard for me to sit down on the plastic seats out here.
Oh, I can imagine.
We're going to do it now. I do still love the food. The food is still dead delicious.
Mhm.
I would just say the experience of shopping with the street food made it a little bit better in Taiwan.
Okay. Yeah, in Taiwan, they don't have those mini stools that they have here.
You can kind of just walk around, or you have regular sized chairs,
Mhm.
not the plastic tiny stools that we both were having trouble sitting on yesterday.
Yeah, and you kind of put your legs to sleep after a while.
Yeah, you have to really find a good, when you have long legs like myself, you have to
Hey,
find
Eddie
a really
just
good
came in.
position.
How's it going, Eddie? Yeah, he does live streaming up in Taipei.
Oh, sweet.
He's got a great Mexican restaurant up there. So we got a question. What's up, boys? How's the barbecue experience in
Barbershop.
Vietnam? Barbershop.
Barbershop.
Barbershop. Is it like a barbershop? Barbershop?
I don't think that's what they were implying.
Like, actually, you mean
The
barbershop?
quotes. Yeah. Well, we can ask you. Last time you were here 5 years ago, you got a street haircut. How was that?
Yes, I did. And my hair never grew after that. This is actually the same haircut. No, it's good. Like I've seen it once or twice in Taiwan, maybe in the parks. But here, you can get your haircut literally on the street corner.
So,
So how much would that cost?
are you getting scammed?
Not getting scammed.
Okay. My first time, I got scammed. I paid about 500,000 Vietnam dong,
Ooh,
which
that's quite a bit of money.
a little bit, a lot more than I should have. I found out.
That's what, almost 400 NT?
Is
Six.
Yeah,
600 NT.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, so
even in Taiwan, that would
even in
be
Taiwan, that would
expensive.
be ridiculous, right? No, and we were on the street, no air conditioning, just a guy in the corner with a pair of shoes. It was.
And they ask you how it's going.
So how much would that cost if you weren't getting
If I
scammed?
weren't getting scammed, probably 10% of that, like 50,000 or less.
So like $2 US.
$2 would be about what that. Yeah, maybe a tip. They usually don't hear.
Hey
But-
Deffy, it's Uncle Ev. Don't worry about the weird channel name. It's a project I'm working on. Oh, Restaurant Quality.
Shout out Restaurant Quality.
Restaurant Quality, that's my Uncle Evan.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Welcome to the chat, buddy.
But I would have to say, like in a normal barber shop, I've been in both in Taiwan and Vietnam. It's about the same experience, really. I would say really good barbers, either places. You can find places as an expat. It's kind of important that you be able to speak in English, and there's plenty of people who can speak English here. We cut here, so that's still nice. It was a little bit harder, I would say, in that regard in Taiwan.
Hello, Darren Lin.
Hey,
Hello from Tainan.
In Tainan, where I used to live. Yeah, good barbers either way, even if they can't speak English.
Mhm. Now, in terms of overall pricing, Vietnam tends to be much cheaper than Taiwan.
Yeah, I would say definitely cheaper. I don't know if it would go like much cheaper. Some things are pretty comparable, but apparently inflation has been hitting in Taiwan recently. And luckily, we have not seen that so much here in Vietnam.
I wonder why Vietnam would be insulated from all the worldwide inflation.
I don't know. It's really hard to say. Maybe there's a wonderful organized economy here that people have been taking care of very carefully, and nothing untoward is going on whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, you think?
Who
yeah.
knows? Who knows? Who knows? It could be. It's economics.
I wonder if it has to do with maybe an influx of US dollars coming in with all the tourism. Would that help?
Yeah, I would say
Whereas
so.
Taiwan
but then
does not have as
Taiwan
much
gets-
tourism.
Taiwan gets plenty of tourism, and I would say that the tourism here is not just from the U.S. It's such crazy worldwide tourism.
That's
You
true.
walk out on the street, especially around here, you'll hear not different languages.
Mhm.
It's definitely compared to most places I'm used to traveling as an American from other places. There's definitely a larger influence of let's say, like the classical communist countries. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like the Soviet Union countries that were involved in there, very big groups of expats and long-time travelers from those places. In Hanoi, not so much, but if you go down south, a lot of the beach places.
Thank you,
there.
Atai 3234.
Thank you. Definitely a lot of the beach towns. A lot of the beach towns will have a very heavy Russian influence. You'll see signs in Vietnamese,
Oh.
English, and Russian. as you go all around. Yeah. So, but then haven't seen so many Chinese tourists of recent, but like other places around Asia, we see plenty of Japanese, plenty of Korean, a lot of different places over there. So it could be just tourism, but then the tourism dollar kind of affects everywhere, not really, especially Vietnam. You get plenty of it here, but everywhere is tourism.
Do you ever get a little tired of all the tourists coming around? Like as a person who lives in Hanoi?
That would be the classic expats struggles. Oh, these tourists. So many foreigners here. We should get rid of them.
Says the foreigner.
No, well, luckily, the expats area, the expat community, is somewhat separated from the tourist community. So you're around here, see a lot of tourists. You don't see many long-term expats.
Yeah, here we're in the old quarter of Hanoi,
The quarter.
the tourism area.
In the area where I live near West Lake, it's a lot of expats and long-term people, and not so many tourists staying there. So you get your own community there. You don't really run into each other too much. If I do have to come into the old quarter, like I have to tonight, just be careful because it is chaotic here. There's so many things going on all the time.
And do you notice the prices in the old quarter are higher? Even just for food or massages, things like that?
Oh, okay. Massages, maybe. I don't get my massage in the old quarter. I imagine that they would be a bit higher here. As far as food and drinks and things like that, I would say it's very comparable. You know, it is more expensive here, maybe just by 5,000 Vietnam dong. Not very much at all. Because they probably give us the same prices over in the expat community too, because they expect the
Knowing that there's
foreigners,
foreigners over there.
no matter how long they're going to be here, they're going to have money, so they're going to make the prices more expensive.
Do you miss living in Taiwan?
Yeah, in a lot of ways. You know, it's the thing that you have to understand about when you live in places for a long time, over a long period of time. You're looking back on the times that you spent there. You're looking back on the time that you spent there and what it was like to live there, and the community and the culture and everything like that. But you're also looking back on what life was like when you were that age.
That's true, right?
So it would be hard for me to look back on, let's say, Taichung, where I lived from 21 to 25. And
The golden years of your early 20s.
in a lot of ways, yeah. And so it's easy to think like, man, things were so much easier then, they were so much simpler then. I could go out and go crazy, party until 5 o'clock, go to work the next morning,
Yeah.
no problems whatsoever. But if I look back on my time, that's kind of what I'm looking back on. It's just, you know, which I'm not so much anymore. As good as the culture was there, as good as the food was there, as wonderful as the people were there, like I said, it's just as good here. And so it would be, it's lovely to go back and visit. I do love to go back and visit. But you know, I have a nice thing going here, I have a nice thing going there. It's all good.
So why did you specifically choose Vietnam after you left Taiwan?
That came from a bit of inspiration from a friend of mine, one of my older roommates who I lived with when I first moved to Tainan. After I left, and after she left, she eventually moved here to Hanoi. And she said, it's a great environment, come check it out. I did. And that was just kind of it. And once I got here and I saw the community here, I was like, yeah, let's stay here for 1 year. One year, that year I met a girl. So then 1 year turns into 2, 3, 4, 5 years now.
That's what happens.
Get locked in.
Get locked in. And you're happily married now.
Getting married.
Congratulations. You married a lovely
Crazy.
Vietnamese girl, woman.
Very
Very lovely, very nice. So, how was your experience being when you first got here alone with, but you basically didn't really know anybody here, compared to now that you have a Vietnamese wife? Is your life much different?
Oh gosh, so yes.
Is that a silly question?
Yeah. Luckily, I've had experience. So in Taiwan the first time, Taiwan the second time, and then in Vietnam, I've had 3 different times when I basically had to build my life up from nothing.
Right.
In a country on the far side of the world from where I grew up. So I had that experience already. Luckily, I can get in. I know what I'm comfortable with. I know what to do to just kind of get myself set up. In a lot of ways, as time goes on. Things become more comfortable just because of technology makes things easier. You don't have to go out for food anymore. You can order it. You know, with a taxi around. And just there's a map on my phone now, which I did not have when I first moved to of Taichung.
Yeah.
So many things.
I remember that back in 2009 in Taichung when we would go driving in the mountains or something, we would literally draw on a piece of paper.
I would write on my hand. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
No smartphones.
No
nothing.
smartphones, no Google Maps.
Nothing to guide us around. No translations.
And you'd have to pull off onto the side of the road and ask somebody how to get there when you don't even speak Chinese.
Who speaks it? Yeah. So that was fun. It's fun to kind of struggle the line there, to have lived that earlier life, but I would not want to live like that again. I think that things are nice and comfortable.
And one thing that we were talking about the other night, Taiwan is absolutely full of convenience stores, right? 7-Eleven, Family Mart, OK Mart, High Life. And here, I think I've seen 2 convenience stores.
Yeah.
And they're both, what is it called?
Circle K. Circle K. So Circle K.
No 7-Elevens.
We have them in America, but I believe they're from Korea. Circle K is. I don't know. I really don't know. But if you go into Ho Chi Minh City, down south, you will see your 7-Elevens and your Family Marts and probably some smaller ones there. But for whatever reason, and I do not have an explanation, there's none here in Hanoi.
No
that I've
7-Eleven.
seen. Yeah, no 7-Eleven. Crazy. And so that's been an adjustment here. There are some smaller stores like Circle K, and there's Winmart, which has large grocery stores and smaller convenience stores, so those are around too. But it's really very different from the experience of living in Taiwan and always having the 7-Eleven. It's always there. You can always pop down to whenever you need.
You don't even have to look on a map in Taiwan. You just, oh, you want to go to 7-Eleven?
Just look outside. There's gonna be one.
There's one there, there's one there. Which one's closer?
There'll be somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, Taiwan. And one thing I like about Vietnam is how lively it is. I mean, you just walk out on the street. I guess especially here,
Yeah.
and especially this weekend,
Yeah.
we have a huge comment in Mandarin. Would you translate that for me, please, and then let us know? Yeah, you just walk out on the street, and there's scooters whizzing right past you. Sometimes they even touch you on the side as you're walking. Nobody stops at intersections. Everyone just drives super slowly like this the whole time, which is very different from Taiwan.
I'm going to sound ignorant when I say this, but I believe I've been told that traffic lights were only introduced maybe like 2 or 3 years before I arrived. Like, so people are just used to just going through the intersections and may or may not follow the traffic light, which isn't too. That's actually kind of similar to Taiwan.
We did see a traffic light. It's amazing, right? We saw one traffic light down there, and everyone just ignored it. Yeah, we just drove through.
Around here, yeah, it's just super loud.
Does anybody have any questions for us, specific questions about Taiwan? We both lived in Taiwan, or about Vietnam life here. Let us know. Just type away.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Sunday night.
Yeah, thank you.
Over here, it's the holiday weekend. We had a national day in Vietnam just yesterday. And luckily, us workers, we get a 4-day weekend. So keep on partying tonight and then go back to work on Tuesday.
Yeah, so this weekend in Vietnam would be the same as the 10/10 holiday in Taiwan. We have,
Trying to get Monday.
yeah, we have another question here in Mandarin. Something, Evelyn, can you help us? Yeah, the hotel's pretty cool. I wonder if we should take them just downstairs for a second? No?
The reception, I don't think they
Yeah, maybe the reception's not good.
have to come and see for yourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, come and see for yourselves. I think probably got another 2-3 minutes here if you guys want to ask anything. What else can I ask you, Derek?
I'll make a point. So the driving here is so chaotic. Luckily, I learned to drive a motorbike when I was in Taiwan. Because if I had to go straight into here, never having driven a motorbike before, or a scooter as we call it in Taiwan, I would be deadly scared and probably wouldn't do it. Luckily, I have that experience in Taiwan, a lot of experience driving a lot of crazy places, so it wasn't so scary for me. It still was a little scary. Still, turning left is a bit of a trick, but I'm much more used to it now.
Remember in Taiwan, we always used to just turn right on the reds?
Yeah.
And on the small streets, you kind of go through the stoplights a little bit.
Yeah.
It's changed now.
Yeah.
It actually has changed.
Did you get the good massage there? What do you recommend?
We did get a good massage, not the good massage. Yeah, we got a foot massage today. It was about maybe 1,000 NT for 2 people for 1 hour foot massage. Plus, she got a pedicure. So I think that's a pretty good price. It was in the tourism district, though.
Yeah.
That we paid about $1 million
How long was it? An hour?
an hour.
two people.
Plus she got her nails done.
How much to pay in the year?
1 million.
It's on the high side.
It's on the nice side.
But you're in the old port. So
We were right by that old church, you know, the cathedral.
Nice, yeah. By the cathedral. Very beautiful place.
But I think in Taiwan I've seen like a foot massage for 1 hour about 700 NT. So for two people it'd be 1400 plus another 300 for her nails. It's costing 17.
Good deal. Good deal.
Pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. Yeah. What else? What else? I hate to be the guy on the live stream saying, no, what else should we talk about? So what are your plans for the next year? Just going to keep living in Hanoi?
Yeah, no plans to leave. No, this is my life here. I have a job at a national school. Go to work every morning. Teach 5th grade.
Nice.
So I'm there at least for the school year. But yeah, no plans to leave. Me and my wife have our life here. We have she has a job here and her family here, and we see them every week. And we're looking at maybe sometime in the future, probably not the next year, but sometime in the future, buying a house here. Yeah, cleaning out some sticks. And so, yeah, this is just what we're doing.
How about the real estate prices in Vietnam?
I don't know how to compare it to other places, but from what I've seen, it's a little crazy.
Is it?
It's more expensive than you would expect it to be based on the price of everything else.
Yeah. Same as Taiwan.
Yeah, I would say that's like my mother's house in America. My mother's house in America has big yard, nicely sized house, bigger than you think of most places here, and is comparable to one of the pretty small place here. And even there, I feel like her house is priced in for them. It's kind of real estate's been going crazy. But you haven't seen nothing. Maybe you thought that real estate was crazy there when you look here, because it really is. Because I think that everyone just sees it as so much of an investment to be buying property in a developing economy, developing country. Right? The idea there is you get on the ground floor, everything explodes in development, and whatever you have, you're going to get from top of the price.
This is like buying Bitcoin for 400.
All that speculation just drives everything up, and then it's hard for people just trying to start a family to buy their first house.
And would you consider leaving Hanoi, or you think Hanoi is the place to be?
So for now, we'll see.
There's Da Nang, right?
Yeah,
Another popular city.
and I have said that I really do like the left side of Da Nang. If I had to choose another city to live in, it would probably be Da Nang.
Okay.
But I'm here. This is where our jobs are. This is where our life is,
And your wife's family.
yeah. So I don't expect that to change. So maybe in the future, if I had to choose another place, I might choose there. But as of right now, we're here in Hanoi. That's what it is. There's a lot of things to it about Hanoi.
Is there a way to check my battery? Sorry, guys. Orientation's locked. So I have no idea how much battery I have. I was thinking for the last 5 minutes we can take them. Oh, that's
orientation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Anyway, this is a hotel. Why don't we take them down to the street?
Let's see what happens.
And see what happens. Okay. So this is our hotel. It's really kind of beautiful. We've got these old wooden kind of pillars. The decoration is very, very nice. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, and the staff here is very, very friendly. This is the Ancient Paradise Hotel. If you guys are in the old quarter in Vietnam, very, very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mentioned Derek is quite tall, right?
Pretty big.
Okay, we are taking you downstairs. Can everybody hear us? Okay? Reception?
If you can hear us, send super loud.
Yeah, send us super like if you can still hear us. All right, so welcome to the streets of Vietnam. Did it start raining? Oh dear. So there we go. Vietnam, a little bit of perspiration. Precipitation, sorry. Basically party town. Looks nice though. Hey you three, I'm kind of hungry, the Nguyen. Welcome aboard. So last night this whole street was jam-packed. Today it's a little bit less chaotic, I think because the national holiday is finished already. But you can tell, compared to Taiwan, how much busier it is here. And they really don't mind if you walk in the middle of the road. Everyone's gonna be careful. No one's gonna hit you. Hello, hello. Actually, maybe I shouldn't be walking in the middle of the
Hello.
road. Hi.
Hello.
Very, very friendly people. We had dinner here last night. It's actually really, really good. Each one of these sticks was 10,000. How much is 10,000 in USD? 50 cents?
Yeah, 50 cents less.
Yeah, so each one of these skewers would be about 15 NT, which I think is a very good deal. So here's the night market. Is this always here, Derek, or is this just for the National Day?
Mostly for the weekend.
Oh, every weekend?
Yeah, it blows up on the weekend. They have a smaller
Okay. And hello. Hi. Oh yeah, excellent strawberry juice and fruit juice here. Yeah, you gotta be careful. This is where we had dinner last night. Very, very nice. And they serve every meal here with a bunch of greens, which in Taiwan they don't really do that.
There's some vegetables there.
Some vegetables there.
Not the assortment you get here.
Yeah. So this is kind of what we were talking about. In Vietnam, they often eat right on the side of the street in these tiny little green plastic chairs and tables. Oh yeah? Hello. A little bit rainy. So most of the night market that I've seen has been trinkets, toys, souvenirs, not quite as food oriented like you see in Taiwan. But I think it's super easy to find food just the same along the side of the road. And Derek, you were saying on the weekends they do close off the streets more or
Yeah.
less?
So no cars, no motorbikes, no anyone can get in here. Only walking traffic here.
Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah, so. Okay. Any more questions? I think we're gonna wrap things up pretty soon. But thank you so much for joining us today. If you're new to the channel, if you're Vietnamese, I'm gonna make a couple Vietnamese vlogs, a couple of shorts, and yeah, we fly back to Taiwan tomorrow. Unfortunately, I mean, fortunately we fly back to Taiwan, but unfortunately that we're leaving Vietnam. It's been really fun. Anyway. People just partying. It's nice. Let's go down the side street. So this is a typical side street in Hanoi. Tons of little shops, much like Taiwan. Lots of little restaurants. Lots of cars honking. I would say usually in Taiwan when a car honks, someone's done something wrong. But in Vietnam, they're more or less just saying, hey, I'm here. Be careful. Yeah, this is very typical of Hanoi. Really quite a charming city, I would say. And it almost feels, I'm not sure if this is bad to say, I feel like Taiwan might have felt like this 40, 50 years ago, this kind of vibe. And always something going on the side of the road. Whether it's barbecue or noodles, little shops to get food, drinks, just people having nice, relaxing time. Tons of scooters. Really nice. So if you're in Taiwan, we only paid 4,000 NT for Lai Wei return trip. So very, very inexpensive to come here. And our hotel was about 800 NT a night, which is much, much cheaper. 1,400 for the same thing. Yeah, certainly pretty cool. All right, so 30 minutes. I think that just about does it. Thanks a lot, Derek, for yeah. Sorry, we were using this as the tripod. That's why he was carrying this. Anyway, thank you guys for watching tonight. Make sure to like the live stream, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, come to Hanoi whenever you can. It's awesome. Bye-bye. Bye.
I don't know how to close.
Oh, how to close. This is my first live stream. I also don't know how to close it.
There we
Ah,
go.
let's just walk. We've already said goodbye. We're just gonna walk back. How do you stop the live stream? Thanks, Darren. Couple of tourists.
Nói máy đâu nhớ tiền. Đấy này. Mày sợ chồng mày ngồi không trung tần sống à? Về đi đi nào.
Chaos.
Đi đường nào rồi? Hả?
Probably a good place to end.
Rồi, từ đây.
Bye, guys.